Hello and welcome to Nokomis Regional High for tonight's presentation of Nokomis Warrior Basketball. Tonight we have your very own Warriors taking on the defending Class A North champion Hampden Academy Broncos in what should be quite the matchup. We just got news that there will be a playoff this season in the form of a localized tournament, and the pods have been determined. So there'll be 4 Class A teams, and they will play against each other, obviously, in 2 games. There will be 4 Class B teams, and the winner of those 2 pods will face each other in a final. Nokomis have been drawn with Brewer, Bangor, and tonight's opponent, the Broncos. So we might be getting a little bit of a sneak peek at that playoff matchup where Nokomis currently sitting at the 3 seed in that 4-team pod, and Hampden sitting at the 2. So tonight's game could be a preview of that matchup, but we will have to see. What are your thoughts on tonight's game, Ashton?
I'll tell you what, I think it's going to be a good game. The Nokomis girls are going to have to come out fighting, though. This Hampden team, this is a good basketball team. 9-2, they lost just last night to Bangor in an overtime thriller. This is not a team to be overlooked, even though they lost quite a few seniors last year. This is a very, very strong Hampden team, as we typically see from them. And I think the Nokomis girls are going to have to work really hard tonight to be able to keep up.
Yeah, for sure. And Nokomis coming off a win, however, 43-27 victory over Foxcroft Academy last week. And Hampden a little bit lacking in the rest department, coming off a game last night actually, against Bangor, in which they lost in overtime. 45-41 was the final there. So very close game with Bangor, who is currently the 1 seed in this Class A pod in the Bangor area. So it should be a very good match and a good test for this Nokomis team. Player I'm watching out for is Cameron Neal down low, who scored 15 in that game against Bangor. And so Nokomis are definitely going to have to match up well with her. She is currently a junior, so we'll see her again next year as well.
Yeah, I think if anybody can lock her down, though, it's going to be Cameron King. Really clutch player last game. She had quite a few steals. She's really the one of the leading players here for Nokomis on both sides of the court, so it'll be exciting to see how they match up tonight. So for Nokomis, your starters are going to be Cameron King, Brianna Townsend, Maya Cooney, Mandy King, and Lexi Mayhew.
And again, that strong starting lineup we've had all season, pretty solidified starting lineup. A team that doesn't have a great deal of depth. Obviously, no JV team for this girls team, Nokomis that is. And we are about to get underway. Once again, I'm Ryan Bell alongside color commentator Ashton Karen for tonight's game. And no tip-off. We'll start with an inbound. Cameron King to run the point right off the bat. Bree Townsend to hand the ball into her. And we are underway. Hampden Academy versus Nokomis Regional High. Maya Cooney with the ball now. Feeds across to King, looking to drive. Kicks it out. Townsend with it now in the corner. King once again, Cameron King. Feeds underneath the Mandy King, unable to corral the ball. Good feed inside. Now it's Mayhew with a mid-range jumper, and that's all net. Nokomis open up the scoring and lead 2-0. So here come Hampden. Little handoff now, high post. Looks like Hampden are going to start off very patient here. Long 3, just as I say that. Rebound pulled down by Mayhew. It was Haskell to take there. Behind the back dribble now. Cameron King picks it up, working it around the arc. I'm looking to see if Taylor Gardner, another junior for that Hampden team, see how she matches up. Looks like she's going to be on Cooney tonight. Cooney, leader of the pack here for this Warriors team. And ball on the floor here. Haskell will go with it once again. She misses long. Good rebound by Townsend. Looks to get out in transition and now slows it down. So good start here so far in the early going for Nokomis. And King spots up deep 3. Short rim, but that's a decent look. Wide open from that kind of range. She can knock those down every once in a while. So not a terrible shot there. And Gardner with it. She misses. Rebounds tipped and pulled down by Mayhew.
Yeah, this Warrior team kind of doing a decent job on defense. Obviously,
Oh, great
Oh,
feed
wow,
there.
look at that.
And one. Bree Townsend is going to get a trip to the line off a great feed there underneath. And what a start this is for Nokomis. Chance to go up 5-0 on this 9-2 Bronco team. So Townsend puts it up, and she hits it all net. 5-0 Warriors. And to your point earlier there, Ashton, Nokomis' defense has looked good. It looks like it's going to be Mayhew guarding Neal. So that'll be an interesting matchup. Size-wise, looks like Mayhew actually has the advantage there, but we'll see if, Neal can put the ball down and make her miss where Mayhew's usually a post player. That's going to be a backcourt. And so Nokomis force another turnover here. And I think they're really going to have to capitalize off of these early mistakes for Hampden if they're going to have a chance in this one. And really looking like Nokomis are trying to run everything through Cameron King on the offensive end, which could be a bold strategy, but could be a good one. And it pays off there as King with another and one. 7-0 Nokomis. Chance to make it 8 now. Cameron King at the line.
See, this is exactly what Nokomis needed to do to open up this game. They needed to capitalize on offensive opportunities, and they're doing it very, very well. And now they just need to continue to do this while picking it up a little bit on defense. Hampden hasn't hit their shots, but they've been getting them. But I think this Nokomis team really could put them on skates here tonight.
Nokomis perfect from the foul line so far. Only 2 shots, but 2 for 2 off of both of those and ones. And now Hampden with it, looking to get on the board. Missed shot, blocked by Mayhew, but not before a foul. A little bit of contact there. So now from the line, it's going to be Deans. Deans with 4 points last night against Bangor, was really held down by a solid Bangor team, understandably so. And first shot is short. And this Hampden team seemed to be half awake right now. Right off the, I would say off the tip, off the inbound, I guess. But second shot is good, and Hampden are on the board, 8-1 now.
Well, I think, to the credit of Hampden, though, coming off an intense game last night. I mean, an overtime game. Don't get those very often, so probably against this Nokomis team that hasn't played in over a week, going to be a little bit slower moving.
Cameron King pulls up, rims out. Cooney challenging for the board. Eventually it's ripped down by Gardner. And now it's going to be Neal to take it up. Neal trying to find a pass. She's looked uncomfortable tonight. Just hasn't looked confident on the ball. Hasn't had it in her hands a lot. Mid-range jumpers missed there. Mandy King forces the jump. Heads up play there by Amanda King. Going down to the floor with Taylor Gardner. Cooney's going to head to the bench early.
I'm excited to see this. Last game, we saw Nokomis. They subbed in a lot of their bench players, and it paid off really well for them. Their starters stayed refreshed, and the bench players kept up with it. So if they can do that tonight, I think, and stay active ahead of this Hampden team, they can stay in this.
3 is all net there. Again, it was Gardner, and Nokomis' lead has dwindled down to 4. There's another turnover. And up the floor goes Neal. Long pass ahead. Underneath. Easy layup is missed. Fernandez pulls down the rebound. Missed shot by Haskell. That's going to be a tough one to take there by Haskell. Wide open layup. Did well to get to the rim off the long feed ahead from Neal. But unable to convert. And now Nokomis really needs something here on the offensive end, as their defense is starting to slip a bit. A little bit of an isolation at the top of the key there for Cameron King. Eventually kicked it out. Now King once again, little floater. That's her look right there, and she drops it. Like I said, running everything through Cameron King at the moment, and it is paying off. If Hampden are going to lay off that much in the paint, King is going to toast them all night. Hampden once again being patient. It's Neal missing the 3. King pulls down the long rebound. Mandy King, that is. Feet ahead. Now Townsend looking to take on Haskell.
Looks like she was fouled. Not sure what exactly the call was, but
I think it's just a little hand check as she tried to come around the corner. And a little substitution here. We got Archer, I believe it is. Yep, Taya Archer coming into the game for Hampden Academy, and to the bench goes Haskell. Hodgson comes in for Nokomis, and it's Mayhew to go to the bench. Kick out. Cameron King once again misses. Hodgson trying to fight for that rebound, and she forces it out of bounds off the foot of Gardner, and it will be Nokomis ball on the baseline. Cooney snuck back into the game there as well. Mandy King goes to the bench. Fernandez remains in the game. So a few underclassmen in here that, don't get a whole lot of minutes, but like you said, Ashton, might pay off. Left-handed layup. Wow. Again, Cameron King. All from the paint. She shot a couple of threes, haven't gone down, but she's stayed aggressive. And it's paying off.
Yeah, she's got 7 points already tonight. I mean, that's some good shooting from Cameron King.
Sealed off in the paint. It was Townsend undermanned, and the finish by Deans. And, Deans has kind of had her way in the early going down low. They got to really deny that pass in down low to her. Fernandez for three. She misses. Hodgson tips the offensive board out of bounds. Nearly had an offensive rebound, but Hodgson's looked good down low, challenging for those boards. Nearly had one on the last possession, tipped that one out of bounds. Sooner or later, she'll pull one of those down for sure. But this is where I'm a little bit nervous seeing Hodgson taking on Neal on the defensive end in place of Mayhew. But Neal has struggled in the early going. Hodgson forces the steal, and it's a jump ball eventually off the loose ball, and it will be Nokomis ball, possession arrow in their favor.
Yeah, great job by Hodgson. Kind of broke the play up. Cameron King was able to jump onto the ball there, force the jump. I mean, that's the kind of defensive plays that you want to see these underclassmen making.
Yeah, Lucy Wiles checks into the game, a freshman for Hampden Academy. And to the bench goes Lauren Voder, another freshman. Fernandez faked the three in the corner. King, long on that three. She's come close on a couple of those. And if she starts firing from outside, Hampden Academy better be nervous for sure. Here's Wiles. Pass a bit low, picked up by Archer. That's tipped again. Now Hampden with a chance to reset, but they've looked flustered. Hampden, now that's a steal there by King. Pulls it back, still got numbers. Pull up from the elbow. King misses. Long rebound. Hampden able to grab it through Archer. She's double teamed. Another steal force there. This time it was Townsend. Long feet ahead. Townsend gets it back. She's got Cooney with her. Euro step move in the lane and the finish.
Oh my goodness. Look at
Townsend.
that. That's one for the highlight reel for sure, Ryan. I mean, oh my goodness.
And Cameron Neal's given the ball on the other side of half court. Nokomis have been face guarding her all night. They're just trying to get the ball in her hand. Hampden, that being, and she throws it away. Everything going in Nokomis' favor in this first quarter, leading 14-6, and a timeout finally called by Hampden Academy.
Let's look at a replay from that last Euro step. Oh my goodness, that was one to watch. See if we can get it up here.
Oh, what a play that was. You see, long feet ahead off the steal. Townsend came away with the steal. Euro step move in the lane. Easy layup. Wow, what a move through two Hampden defenders. Kind of used Cooney as a little decoy there and finished with the right hand. What a play there by Bree Townsend on both ends of the floor and a good long feet ahead. Once again, it was Cameron King.
Yeah, let's look at Cameron King earlier in the game, too. That and one that they had. I mean, there was back-to-back, and look at this one from Cameron King.
A little kick out, drives to the lane. We got a little bit of a referee in the way, but, and one play there by Cameron King, and she's got, 7 points?
Yeah, she has 7 points already. 7 points, 2 assists. I mean, it's a pretty good night so far for Cameron King. 3 steals, I believe. I mean,
still got a minute to go in the first quarter. A handoff to Mandy King and swung around to Fernandez. Fernandez getting big minutes here in this first quarter. Tried to dribble handoff there to Cameron King once again, but I think Hampden are starting to catch on and really face guard Cameron King. Goes to Mandy King now. Left-hand dribble across the lane. Fernandez able to scoop up that pass. Mandy King wants it down low. Doesn't get it. Pivots. Now she gets it out on the perimeter. And Nokomis will reset. Hand off to Cooney. We haven't called her name a whole lot tonight. Cooney kind of just out on the perimeter. She's got Neal on her. So as much as Neal struggled on the offensive end, she's really kept Cooney quiet on the defensive end. But it looks like Nokomis are going to hold for the last shot here. 14 seconds to go. Nokomis leading 14-6 against the defending Class A North champions, Hampden Academy Broncos. Mandy King throws up a runner, able to pull down her own rebound. Cooney tried to get it off before the buzzer. She knocked it down, but it will not count. But nonetheless, a great first quarter there for your Nokomis Warriors, leading 14-6 after one period of play.
Yeah, I tell you what, it's definitely been one of the best quarters we've seen them play. And I guess now really the one thing we got to see is we got to see them keep it up. A couple times we've seen them go into the second quarter with a sizable lead and they just fall static. So hopefully we don't see that this time. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors, Nor'easter Game Calls. Contact Mark Buzzle for your custom game call needs. Get them in close. Casa Cattle Farm Store, 207-249-2191 on 141 Nokomis Road, Corinna, Maine. Thank you for sponsoring Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.
Yeah, a little more on those Northeastern game calls. I hear Ethan Buber, who's currently on the camera, makes a good game call himself, so definitely contact them if you're looking for some duck calls or turkey calls. But it looks like we're going to get back underway pretty quickly here. Fernandez stays on the floor alongside Mayhew, Mandy King, Maya Cooney, and Bree Townsend. So that means Cameron King is on the bench after that hot start. Nokomis will have to keep the offensive tempo going. It's going to start with Hampden off the inbound for this second quarter.
You know, we're talking about Fernandez off the bench. I think she's definitely earned that sixth-man spot. You know, she's kind of been the sixth, seventh man all year, but last few games she's really come out and played like a true sixth man, and so it's nice to see her getting a little bit more time.
Well, you know, she's a quality player that you want to have on your team. With the team, you know, you have the big three there with Cooney, Townsend, and Cameron King, but you want to have players around them to kick out and shoot and really play off them well, and I think Fernandez complements that very well with her ability to shoot the ball, but also a good, you know, variety of passing options as well. So it's Mandy King with it now, looking to drive, kick out. Townsend, contested three, misses that one. Decent closeout there by Archer. She's got it now on the other end. And feed inside. Shot, that's a tough shot, but she's able to get her own rebound. There's Deans, and then another missed shot. Eventually the rebound, again it's Deans. Nokomis need to get a board here. Hampden with another opportunity. Gardner for three, and she knocks it down.
That's tough. Gardner, wide open three there. That's her second tonight.
Yeah, unfortunate. Nokomis kind of scrambling there, trying to grab that rebound. Unable to close out on Gardner in the corner, who gets a wide open three and hits it. And Nokomis' lead has dwindled down to just 3 points. Cameron King's going to come in on the next dead ball. She got a little bit of a rest there, but she's coming right back in with this pressure. Hampden's starting to mount. Mandy King still in the game. We're going to find a pass. Too many people there on that right side.
Yeah.
And it's a good timeout there by Michelle Parody, Nokomis coach. It's going to allow Cameron King to get into the game, and it's also going to allow them to reset. That offensive possession did not look as good as it has in that first quarter. And like you said during that intermission there, Nokomis really have to keep the pace up with this Hampden team. They can't let off for a minute because we know the quality that this group has.
Well, and I think, you know, that's really been kind of the key difference between Nokomis and some of these teams that have beat Nokomis. And the one that comes right to my mind was their last home game against Skowhegan was, you know, they went into the second quarter up, I think it was 9 or 10 points, and they just kind of fizzled out. So it's going to be a constant fight here for Nokomis to keep this lead, especially wanting to keep a lead going into the half.
Cameron King will take the inbound. Guarded tightly by Gardner, who just knocked down that three. It goes into Townsend. Guarded by Neal. Now Townsend, top of the key. They clear out for her. Little screen set. Townsend around the corner. Goes to Mayhew on the perimeter. Another kind of blown up play, it looks like, here for Nokomis, struggling to find any space for a shot. Mandy King tried to feed it into Townsend, who wasn't cutting, and it's picked off by Hampden. Kick to the corner. Gardner tries another one. Gardner hits another one, and we're tied at 14.
Gardner, a player that had only 4 points against Bangor last night, already has 9 today.
She's killing them from beyond the arc. Fernandez with it. Got a little space there. Chose not to take to the basket. Cameron King crosses over. Nokomis moving the ball at a decent clip, just unable to find any space. Hampden have really tightened things up. Cameron King, jump stop, floater, knocks it down. Nokomis needed that. That's her 3rd bucket on just those little floaters, and I think that's her 4th bucket tonight. Neal with it now, trailing by 2. Crossover kick out. Wiles back to Neal for 3. That's well long. Fight for the rebound. Mandy King just trying not to foul, and Townsend comes away with her 2nd steal of the game. Townsend had that Eurostep move, but otherwise quiet on the offensive end, but has been a menace on the defensive end. Pulled away a couple of steals already, and has not let her man get anywhere. Stolen away there from Fernandez. It was Gardner once again having quite the night. Dean's kick to Neal in the lane. Finishes through contact. Neal's got
2 points.
2.
That's
Yeah,
her
that's what I
opening
thought.
for tonight.
Yeah. So looks like Watson's going to get into the game for Nokomis on the next dead ball. Still filtering through the players. Cooney on the bench again. See if she gets in. You know, Nokomis are going to have some space to kick out as Cameron King draws the foul. But there's going to be some space to kick the ball out if Cameron King can continuously get to the rim like she has. And I think Cooney's going to be a player that needs to get in and capitalize off of that. Still stuck with 0 points so far tonight. King rattles it home. Hampden able to get their substitutions in. Haskell gets in, as well as Voter. And Gardner goes to the bench. Nokomis will be happy about that, alongside Taya Archer. King misses the 2nd. Rebounds pulled down by Voter, freshly into the game. Now Wiles guarded by King. Haskell trying to find a pass, and this is better from Nokomis. Neal with a little bit of space on the left side. Back up top. Hampden unable to find anything much. They're able to get to the rim here, and it's a good finish. Lucy Wiles for 2. Through a little bit of contact, and Nokomis have been playing a physical down low, pushing their limits. Haven't been called for too many fouls so far. Only 1 team foul for Nokomis so far. Hodgson going to come back in on the next dead ball. Mandy King's able to get it out to Watson. Hand off to Townsend. Trying to make a little move on Neal. Unable to get too far. And now eventually it goes to Cameron King. Mayhew, who opened the game with a mid-range jumper, hasn't done a whole lot since then. Yeah. Mandy King's got some space. Misses the 3. And luckily for Nokomis, it was Deans that stepped on the line trying to pull down the rebound, so they'll get an extra possession out of it. Nokomis now trailing by 1, 18-17 with 3:10 to go in the 2nd quarter. Inbound, it's a good play there. Hodgson misses, but that's a good play. We see that time and time again. I'm not sure how they do it, but Nokomis constantly able to get, open layups off of those baseline inbounds. We see it again. Hodgson just unable to finish. And once again, it's Dean stepping on the line on the baseline, and it's another turnover. Nokomis with another chance. Cooney gets back in. Mandy King heads to the bench.
So, sitting here, one thing that would a little bit of an advantage for us not having the fans is we can hear the coaches talking, and I can hear the Hampden coach right now, and he's telling number 45 Voter to face guard Cameron King, even when she's off the ball, face guard her. So that's kind of see if that works for Hampden to slow her down, but she doesn't look like she wants to slow down tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, he said he watches our streams, and he's definitely watched Nokomis play a little bit. But once again, Hampden have kind of underestimated this Nokomis squad, I think. A team that really has the quality on paper to extend this current 1-point lead quite a bit further, but haven't been able to do so. And I think a lot of that, like you said, is in part to Cameron King's incredible night she's had so far. And I don't think you saw that on the film. Nokomis haven't previously really ran it through King as much as they have. King obviously has been a pivotal player, but they haven't just put it in her hands and let her, go win the game for us. And I think that's what Michelle Parady's really done tonight. 3 again, Gardner finally misses one. Dean, it's Neal. No, it wasn't either of them. It was Belrose fresh into the game. Misses the putback. Cooney finally gets an opportunity. She misses short, and it was Neal to pull that down. Pivots, finds Gardner. Watson fights over the screen, long feed. Voter, now Haskell, and the 3 taken, missed.
It's a deep 3 there by Haskell.
And Hampden still moving the ball at a great rate here. Getting some good looks on the perimeter. Gardner again, and rattles it home. Another one for Taylor Gardner. And she extends Hampden Academy's lead to 4 points. Minute 27 to go here in the half. Cooney to set a screen. Feed to Watson. Now it's Cooney. Swung around. It's Townsend. She'll spot up. Contested 3. Misses there. Nice little jab step from Townsend, but unable to convert the 3. It might not be the look you really wanted there, though, from Townsend. Kind of wanting easy buckets at this point in time. And now she's got Townsend. Long feed ahead from Cooney. It's a good one, and that's the look you want. Bree Townsend finishes. 54 seconds to go. Nokomis only trailing by 2, 21-19.
Yeah, we see that from Cooney all too often. She has, I would say, probably the best court vision on this Nokomis team. She really does see the court very well, and, she makes plays like that all the time.
36 seconds to go, and it's going to be a foul. So foul goes on Nokomis. But back to your point about Cooney, and I think I think her passing ability is very underrated. And I'm excited for next season to see her meet up with former teammate Chelsea Crockett at the University of Maine Farmington.
Yeah, that's going to be exciting to watch.
That will be quite the duo. We'll get to see that all over again, like we did 3 years ago here at Nokomis. But now 33 seconds to go. Nokomis trailing by 2. Cameron King with the ball, and you got to think she's going to be the one taking this final shot here. Going to slow it down and just bleed this clock out to get the final shot. And I think regardless of how this play turns out, Nokomis are going to be happy with their position going into the locker room.
Well, you have to be. This is a top-seeded team. This is a really, really good team, and you're going to go into the half only down 2. Have to be happy with that.
And the final shot there is missed by Cameron Neal, three-quarter court heave. And so at halftime, your score 21-19, Hampden Academy Broncos leading your Nokomis Warriors. We'll catch you on the other side of the break. Thank you for watching Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.
Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting would like to thank Nor'easter Game Calls for their sponsorship. All of the calls being made one at a time in Carmel, Maine. Here are some photos of some different duck and goose calls. Also specializing in turkey calls. And also the sweet-looking deer calls. For all your hunting call needs, visit nor'eastergamecalls.com or view on Instagram or Facebook.
Hometown Health Center, serving the greater Newport community for over 15 years. With locations in Newport, Dexter, and now Nokomis Regional High, our mission is to provide high-quality, cost-effective healthcare to the communities we serve.
So my name is Penny Townsend. I'm the Chief Program Officer at Hometown Health Center, and I oversee the school-based health center here at Nokomis Regional High. So Hometown Health is available to Nokomis students for medical needs on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7:30 to 3:30. I really enjoy working with the students. It's nice to get to know the students and see all the different things that we can help them with as they navigate through the school. Students can receive all kinds of services, everything from well checks and preventative checks, as well as same-day appointments such as acute visits like a sore throat or an ankle sprain or a rash. Those are all different types of services that they see here. We also do behavioral health. We have a telehealth program where they can come here and use the iPad and telehealth with a behavioral health worker at the office. And we also offer dental services to students as well.
Hometown Health Center, 118 Moosehead Trail, Newport, 29 Church Street, Dexter, and now serving the students of Nokomis Regional High. And welcome back to Nokomis Regional High for this presentation of Nokomis Warrior Basketball. I'm Ryan Bell alongside color commentator Ashton Karen, and we have seen quite the first half here. Nokomis came out very strong in that first quarter, raced out to a 14-6 lead. Hampden able to battle back and eventually take the lead, currently leading 21-19 at the half. But that was quite the first half for Michelle Parady's team to be able to stick with the defending Class A North champion. And we will take a look at Cameron King, who has been running the show for Nokomis, driving to the basket. Good finish there, as you see on the replay. And she has done that time and time again so far this game. Just gets to the paint. She's shot a few threes, missed a few threes, but kept at it, kept aggressive, gone to the rim. And I'm quite sure Hampden talked about that during the halftime break. Mandy King with it. We're back underway. Mayhew now, down low. Feeds back out to Townsend. Spots up. She's long. Rebound pulled down. That was Wiles. She runs up the court with it now. Pulls it back. Neal gives it right back. Now Wiles. Cross-court pass. 3 by Haskell is missed. And it's Cameron King with the rebound. Gets it ahead to Cooney. The rough first half for Cooney. Just didn't get the ball in her hands much, but that's a great feed there. And she keeps King's hand hot.
Oh my goodness, that was an amazing feed and also a finish by King. That was pretty fantastic.
That ties the game at 21, and it's really showing Cooney's unselfishness. You know, the player to go to for really her first 3 years, definitely her first 2 years, has been the go-to player, and now to see her being able to kind of take a step back and allow Cameron King to just shine like this, but still be able to get involved and feed good passes like that one. It's just great to watch the unselfishness of this team, and that's what they need if they're going to have a chance to make a run in this tough Class A playoff pod they've been put in. And now Cooney trying to get some for herself, misses the 3. Rebound pulled down again by Lucy Wiles. Feeds across to Neal. She'll spot up. She misses. Rebound by Haskell. Jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Hampden Academy. So Hampden retaining their 2-point advantage, 23-21. Chance to extend that with 6:19 to go here early in the third quarter. Deans, who had a solid start to the second quarter but was cooled down by that Nokomis defense. Mayhew got back into the game and really slowed her down, but she's able to draw the foul here and get back to the line. How many points does she have tonight?
She's got 5 so far. She's been quite the presence under the basket, like you said, and she's gone to the line a couple times. I think she went 1 for 2 last time, and she's going to miss her first this time as well.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ashton, free throws were what lost the game for Hampden against Bangor last night. They were shot 2 for 8 from the foul line against Bangor last night, and you know their struggles led to a 4-point loss. And Hampden had the lead in the fourth quarter in that game. Bangor able to draw a foul with 10 seconds to go, tie it up, and eventually win it in overtime. So we'll look to see if Nokomis can kind of feed off of those misses. We just saw one there by Deans, and Nokomis need to capitalize.
And I tell you what, this is a Nokomis team where I think Hampden needs to make sure that they don't put this team into the bonus. Because, I mean, we shoot and we make our free throws I think it's 70%. I mean, it's a very, very good percentage. And, you know, we've seen it win games against teams like Foxcroft before, and you could see it win again for them here tonight.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that was a switch, but Cameron King had Deans on her, Megan Deans on her in that last possession. So a far more sizable player, and I think it might have just been a switch here as Gardner's on her now. But Mandy King with her first basket, that's the word, first basket of the night, and that ties the game at 23. So we continue to go back and forth here from Nokomis Regional High. Feed across. It's Gardner into the corner. Wiles puts it down. Cross-court pass. It's a good one. Haskell misses the three. Cooney snags the air ball, and she'll take it up herself. And that's going to be a timeout called by Nokomis. 30-second timeout. Not quite sure if they really needed it there. You know, only 3 minutes or so into this third quarter, and Nokomis looked okay. I mean, there wasn't any overarching issues there, but we'll thank our sponsors here.
Yeah, we'd like to thank A. Robinson Oil Company located at 60 Newport Road in Corinna, Maine, 278-278-4626. Thank you for sponsoring Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. We'd also like to thank Palmyra Golf Course and Campground located at 147 Lang Hill Road in Palmyra. Thank you for sponsoring Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. If you or your business would be interested in sponsoring us, keeping this program going, you can contact Matt Brown. He's our director here. He's the engine that makes everything run around here. So let us know, and we'll be happy to put something together for you.
Yeah, and I believe that's mdbrown@rsu19.net. And so contact him if you are looking to, get your business out there. And it looks like Nokomis will come back out with the starting crew. It is Cooney, Townsend, Cameron King, Mandy King, and Alexis Mayhew. Cooney gives it in to Cameron King. Stop and start, move. Misses the mid-range jumper, and it'll be an over-the-back foul on Mayhew. I don't think she's in foul trouble, but she does need to be careful because should Mayhew get into foul trouble, Nokomis do not have a whole lot of size on the bench. They'd be forced to put in Hodgson, a freshman who's looked solid in this game, but I don't think this is the game where you really want to give Hodgson too many minutes in what's been a good game so far. Floater good. That was Haskell, and she puts the Broncos back in front. I'm looking for Cameron King to heat up once again. Had that one layup here in the second half. Good feed now. And Townsend's going to be fouled trying to get to the basket. Sandwiched there by a couple of Broncos. And she will draw the first team foul of this second half for Hampden Academy. Baseline inbound. We'll see what the Nokomis are able to draw up here. A little bit better defended there by Hampden. Inbound does go long. It goes to Cooney. Comes off the screen. Pops a three. Misses the three. And, Cooney hasn't really gotten consistent shots, and I think that's part of the reason she's been struggling a little bit from beyond the arc. When she gets her shots going, throws a couple up in a row, a few of them start to drop, but, she's been quiet all night, hasn't put up too many shots, and I think that might be the reason for her struggles so far. Still plenty of time here for her to heat up. Cameron King with it. Kick out. Mayhew drives herself. Good little move and finishes with the right hand up and under the arm of Megan Deans to tie the game back up at 25. Cameron Neal. Crossover move. Kick out Gardner. Almost doing a little bit of a better job closing out on Gardner so far. And it's a foul drawn there by Lauren Voter. She'll go to the line. Fernandez and Watson are going to come in. Two guards.
Let's look at that Mayhew hoop that we just saw. Look at that. Look at that. It's pretty impressive. You got to love seeing that from the senior Mayhew.
Yeah, Mayhew's first basket since she opened the scoring at 2-0. And that was quite the move there in the paint. Had a little bit of space, ran across the lane, and just scooped it up and in.
Yeah, I would really love to see more of that from her. I mean, I think she's definitely an undervalued player on this team that, really controls the paint for Nokomis.
So the free throw here is good from Voter. She makes them both. And it looks like it'll be Hampden Academy who called the timeout here after the two made free throws. So with 3:19 to go, Hampden leading 27-25. And it has been a bit of a slower third quarter so far, but both teams have kind of been afraid to push the pace. You know, every possession seems to be in a half-court setting, and we haven't really seen anybody get out and transition and get quick buckets, which is kind of what willed Nokomis to that early lead they had. They were able to force a few turnovers, push it ahead, get easy layups in transition, but that's really not the game of this Warriors team. They're a team that likes to play in the half-court set, get a little bit of penetration, and kick it out to their variety of shooters that they have. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see if the game plan changes at all from kind of just put the ball in the hands of King to a little bit more of a balanced attack, where it seems like Hampden have kind of caught on to King's hot hand so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think Nokomis, that's what they're going to have to do is kind of split the possession up a little bit more, because look at this right now. They're face guarding King one-on-one here in the half-court setting. They do not want the ball to get into her hands.
It does anyways. Nokomis forced it in, and King will be just fine to get it past half court, but she's going to drive right away, unable to finish. But I think it might be time for her to just start giving up the ball. If they're going to put 2-3 players on her when she drives like that, kick the ball out. You got shooters. Speaking of shooters, that's knocked down there. Voter, the freshman, extends Hampden's lead to 5. Almost need a bucket. And look at this. They're going to face guard her in the backcourt when she doesn't even have the ball.
Oh, that's what I mean. I mean, it's crazy. And Lauren Voter, her job right now is to just face guard Cameron King.
And that's what we need more of. Kick out to Watson, now around to Townsend. Nokomis just need to be patient. Townsend able to draw the foul there. 2 shots coming for her. But if you're patient, just get the ball in the hands of King maybe, but then have her kick it out once 2 players step to her, or just draw 2 players to the corner. This is where Nokomis will thrive, where they have Hampden kind of hyper fixated on King. They have other players to go to.
Well, I mean, I think we saw it in the last possession that Nokomis had offensively, where Mayhew scored. It was a drive-in from King, drew all the players out of the way. Mayhew was one-on-one in the post, and so she was able to take it right up.
Both free throws all net there from Townsend. Oof. Tough foul call there if you're Mandy King. Not a whole lot of contact, but Megan Deans draws the foul. 4th team foul on Nokomis, first for Mandy King. Still a lot of time to go in this half, so Nokomis need to be careful not to get into foul trouble. And that's tipped away. Watson snags it. I think the steal will get credited to Cameron King. Fernandez with some space. You'd like to see her shoot that. Drives instead. And looking for the foul, missed it. Cameron King grabs the loose ball, takes it out herself. And Mandy King was just thrown to the floor off the ball. She's able to get the foul call. It was Voter who had eyes only for King. And just trying to run over that screen. She did just that. Send Mandy King tumbling, but not before a foul was called. So Cameron King will inbound. Need to get it in. Not a whole lot of time, and that's a 5-second call right there. So a turnover off the inbound. Hampden get the ball back. Already leading by 3. 1:57 to go. Third quarter. But once again, Cameron Neal has really been shut down tonight after that big performance last night against Bangor, which will be a bright spot for Nokomis regardless of the outcome of this game. Kick out. Now across is Gardner, who again has been quiet in the second half, but it's been down low. It's been the person who just turned it over. It's been Megan Deans who's given Nokomis trouble. But that's better on that possession to force her to kick it out and force her to have a turnover.
I mean, I can't even believe this. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Cameron King cannot find any space out here.
Oh, then it's time to move the ball elsewhere, you got to think. But Nokomis still seem to be trying to force it into her as much as possible.
I mean, I can hear the Hampden coach.
And there it goes again. It's just forced into her hands. Nokomis luckily able to retain possession here, but...
And I mean, you're completely right. And exactly what Nokomis needs to do. You have a Hampden player completely distracted, almost completely out of the game here, just for the sake of guarding King. You know, take advantage of your other 4 players on the court. They can score.
Voter to the bench, so it's going to be Gardner to take the role of face guarding King now.
Look at the space Watson has there.
Cameron King driving, 2 players on her. She finishes, gets the roll, and Nokomis now trailed by 1 with 57 seconds to go.
I'll be honest, I don't know how Cameron King does it.
All of her points coming from the paint. She shot 3 or 4 3-pointers tonight. Missed them all, but she's continued to get her buckets down low. Foul there. 5th team foul.
Yeah, that's tough. This Hampden team might get to the line in the bonus pretty early tonight.
Mayhew's going to come in for Townsend, and I think that'll be solely for the purpose of guarding Megan Deans, especially on this inbound play. Deans sets the screen, gets the ball. Foul called again. Wiles draws it. It's a block, and now any more fouls for the entire rest of the game will result in a 1-and-1 or 2 free throws should they get to the double bonus. So we might have a slow one down the stretch here, but it's going to go in favor of Hampden. Nokomis are going to have to hope that that poor free throw shooting form will continue from last night. Nokomis bench on their feet for this possession. 33 seconds to go. Neal with it to the corner. It's Gardner. Gardner puts it down. Turns the corner. Archer finds some room, drives, and that is the 7th team foul. It'll be a shooting foul regardless, so she's going to get 2 shots. But with 22 seconds to go, Hampden are now in the bonus. That is going to be a struggle. And I think Michelle Perry's face kind of shows it down there. Looking a little bit nervous, a little bit frustrated, mix of the two. First free throw goes down from Archer. Focus on playing clean defense from here on out. Hampden advantage up to 3. Someone's got to get the ball in. And it looks like they have kind of backed off Cameron King a little bit. Didn't face guard her there in the backcourt at least. Stop and start move. 13 seconds to go. Nokomis will hold for the final shot. You can see Cameron Neal kind of eyeing King there, looking to help. And all of the Hampden players seem to be doing that, just looking to play help defense. King spots up, knocks it down, and the foul at the buzzer. And so Cameron King has a chance to tie the game from the free throw line. Hampden are going to go to their bench. It's going to be a uncontested free throw with the chance to tie the game going into this 4th quarter.
It really doesn't get much better than that. I mean,
and it rolls in. So Cameron King ties the game after being face guarded, double teamed, thrown the kitchen sink at. She has 17 points, and we still have a whole 4th quarter of action to go.
Let's look at that. Let's look at this. Drive in. Foul. Oh, perfect. That's really the perfect play for Nokomis right there. Got an extra foul up on the board for Hampden. Got the 3 points to tie the game. I mean, honestly, I don't think it could have got much better than that for a buzzer beater play.
Yeah, and let's not let that excitement take away from the fact, though, that Nokomis have 17 fouls. So this is going to be a slow one down the stretch if Nokomis can't play clean defense. And that is going to hurt them for sure. And I think the only solution here is a strong offense. And to really, even though King has been able to continue to score the ball, she's got to be able to get her head up and find her open teammates because they're going to be there. And I wouldn't be surprised if she's consistently double-teamed here in this 4th quarter. Nokomis run out with their starters for this 4th quarter. Buzzer sounds. Nokomis should get the ball here if Hampden don't come out too quickly. And they eventually take the ball. Whistle goes, and we are underway for what is going to be a barn burner of a 4th quarter. Cooney drives. Double teamed in the paint. It goes to Mayhew coming across the lane. She's blocked by Neal, and it slides through the legs of the official off the hand of Lucy Wiles, and Nokomis get another possession. A little bit unlucky there if you're Hampden Academy. Wiles kind of lost the handle. Still had some time to recover, but the referee just standing there. Slips through the legs. It's not going to be a backcourt. That's unfortunate there for Mayhew. Nokomis able to retain possession, but it wouldn't have been a backcourt since it was off of the inbound. But she thought it was. Forced to pass, but luckily Nokomis able to keep the ball. Cooney with it now. Couple of crossover moves. Can't really get anywhere on that left side. Now top of the key, it's Townsend. Townsend, another player who's had a quiet night, had that big-time play on the Euro step, but hasn't done a whole lot on the offensive end since that point. Cameron King spots up. She's got a three. Misses the three. Now in the corner, it's Archer. Swings it around. Now it's Wiles to the rim. Banks it in after a few rolls around the rim. It falls for Wiles, freshman who has had quite an impact on this game for that Broncos team. And Nokomis are forced to call a timeout just about a minute into the fourth quarter. And once again, I don't keep track of timeouts, but you got to be careful here. We saw it on the boys' game the other night. Nokomis ran out of timeouts early. So I'm not entirely sure how many timeouts Nokomis have left, but you do have to be careful here if you're Michelle Parody, because this is going to be a close one going down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, you don't want to have to need to stop the clock down the stretch when you're down 2. And, I mean, I don't know, like you said, a minute in, you're only down 2. It's not like Hampden's gone on a run here, but we'll see. Hopefully Nokomis can come out of it and take a lead.
And, I said Townsend has been struggling on the offensive end, but she does have 9 points tonight. She's kind of surprised me. I'm not the one keeping track of stats. That's Ashton, so I didn't see that until now. But credit to Townsend. She's had a quiet night, but she's got 9 points. She'll be in double figures before long. She can drop a basket here in the fourth quarter. So it's going to be Nokomis ball out of the timeout. Cooney to take it up. Cameron King still in the game. So kind of switching it up here if you're Nokomis.
Seems like they've laid off Cameron King a little bit too, playing a
looks like
zone
they're playing
defense.
they're playing a 3-2 zone right now. I think they're still going to try and man guard Cameron King though. Archer is on her right now. It's a jump ball there, but it kind of does look like they're switching to just a traditional 3-2 zone with no face guarding of Cameron King.
Well, so far it looks like it might work against this Nokomis offense.
Oh, here's Neal. On the right side, feeds to Haskell. Gardner tries a three. That's short. Looks good from our angle. Mandy King pulls down the rebound. Hands it off to Cooney. Takes it up the floor quickly, but slows it down. Mandy King with a little bit of space. Cooney tries a deep three. Cooney hits a deep three. Maya Cooney, who's been slow all night, finally knocks down a three and puts Nokomis in the lead 35-34 with 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
Much needed Drano and a steal there from Cooney.
We got Mayhew ahead, but a smart play there by Mandy King to just hold the ball. No need to rush it. And I think that's going to be the key. Nokomis don't need to get out in transition, don't need to push the floor, don't need to force unnecessary turnovers. Just need to keep the ball, get good looks, and they got a chance to knock off this tough Hampden Academy team. Here's Cameron King to Cooney, pump fake, crossover. King in the corner, thought about the three, back out to Cooney, swings it around. And we've talked about the good shooting that Nokomis has, but it really hasn't shown so far tonight. I think Townsend might have a three and Cooney has a three, but other than those two, no one's really made it that much from outside the arc. Cameron King's tried a few, and we know she can hit them, but she hasn't knocked them down so far tonight. All her points coming in the paint or on mid-range jumpers. King with it now. Feeds across to Cooney. I try another one.
It's another Drano! Oh my goodness gracious, Maya Cooney!
And the senior showing up in clutch time extends Nokomis' lead to 4 points with 4.5 minutes to go. 38-34 Nokomis. And that's a shooting foul there. So the freshman Wiles once again getting to the rim, drawing the foul. And I know there's still a lot of time on the clock, but these are some big free throws here for Lucy Wiles with all of the momentum in favor of this Nokomis Warrior team. First shot rattles in. Hampden able to get a substitution, and it's Megan Deans coming back in, who I didn't realize she was on the bench, but, you know, she has been a force so far tonight. She's going to have to go back out. Looks like she should be able to get in. Should this be a make on the second one, though? She misses. Rebound tipped around, eventually kicked and picked up by Cameron King. So 38-35 now. Townsend with it, and Nokomis once again being very patient. Mandy King with a lot of space on that right side. Throws up a floater, misses. Kind of ran right into 3 Broncos, but I think should she have just pulled up there, she would have had all day to shoot that ball. Wanted the layup, and now it's Hampden. Gardner wide open. Gardner hits another one, and we're tied at 38. And wow, Taylor Gardner has lit it up from beyond the arc. Been a little bit cold here in the fourth quarter, but she has 15 points, all coming from three-pointers. So that's 5 three-pointers for the junior on this Hampden Academy team. We got a tie game, 4 minutes to go, and we will take another look at that deep Maya Cooney 3. That's the first of 2, and she knocks it down. All net. Cooney has been kind of having a slow start, but she has picked it up late. We'll take a look at the second one. Even further out, knocks it down. Little tink off the rim that one, but she'll take it. And we are currently tied at 38. That second one put Nokomis up by 4, but Hampden were able to kind of battle back a little bit, and it is currently tied at 38. What a game, what a game. 8 team fouls for Nokomis, but it hasn't really hindered them too much. You know, I haven't sent Hampden to the line at all for non-shooting fouls, so that's been a good point here for Nokomis. Have to keep up with that. Hampden come out with Archer, Gardner, Neal, Deans, and Voter.
And look at that. They're going to start face guarding Cam King again.
It's just been back and forth with this Hampden defense. Here's Townsend with it, top of the key. Comes across. Mandy King with it. Trying to feed it into Cameron King. It was Mayhew. Ball was deflected out of bounds. Nokomis ball. Couple of whistles go. Referees having a word with each other. No change there. Stays Nokomis ball. Cameron King coming off a screen. Good feed. Mayhew with some space underneath. Misses the layup. Puts it back up. A lot of contact. Third try gets fouled. I don't know. I think there might have been a foul on the second one, but you can't complain too much. It eventually went. A couple extra rebounds on the stat sheet there, I guess, if you're Alexis Mayhew. But nonetheless, 2 big free throws here from Mayhew. And again, that was a great feed there by Cameron King to just fit it right around that Bronco defender. Mayhew frustrated with that first miss. Still got a chance to put Nokomis in front. Second one is off, but a challenge for the rebound from Townsend. Nearly snagged it right over Archer, but Hampden able to come away with it. Archer down low. Deans tried to find Gardner, who was wide open on the left side there. Would have had a good look from 3, should have gone to her, but Deans loses the handle. And we've seen that quite a few times, actually. Megan Deans down low, just loses the handle, steps on the line. Not the most coordinated player down there, but if you get her the ball and with a little bit of space, she's going to finish. We saw that in the first half. Cooney's scoop layup is a bit too hard. And so 2:55 to go. We're still tied at 38. Here's Archer coming around. Kicks it out. Gardner got some space. Back into Archer. Good move there, and she knocks it down from about 6 feet out to put Hampden back in front. Townsend will bring it up here for Nokomis. Cameron King once again being face guarded, and I think they're just doing that when Lauren Voder's in the game. So when Voder comes out of the game like she did earlier, they go back to that 3-2 zone, which is very interesting. But King's able to get it here.
Oh my!
It has been the Cameron King show tonight. She ties the game with a chance to take the lead from the free throw line. What a night for Cameron King. 2 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
A free throw here from Cameron King would put her at 20 for the night.
Oh, it just seems like she should have more than that. The way the ball's been in her hands every play, knocks down the free throw. Nokomis retake the lead. 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go.
I'll tell you what, Ryan, I don't think anybody saw this happening when we opened up tonight, but it has been quite the game. This Nokomis team has not given up.
I'll tell you what, Voder's done a good job to kind of quell the attack of Cameron King, but that cut on that last play was just incredible. The ability to get
that was
it's a foul.
That was tough.
Yeah, like how do you guard that? You checked out to the three-point line, cut hard, and there's just no guarding that. A little bit of contact in the paint, it doesn't matter. She still finishes and won. Here's Archer at the line. First foul shot ties the game at 41. Minute 54 to go. Chance to put the Broncos back in front. It is up and good. So Hampden struggles from the foul line. Haven't been that great tonight. Knocks them both down there. Gotten to the line quite a bit. They'll be in the double bonus now. Off the next foul. Handoff to Cooney. Pops a midi. Misses. Tipped out. She grabs it. Cooney once again. Oh, that would have been quite the pass into Mayhew. Cameron King picks it up. That is a good block there by Voder. Got her hand on the ball. She missed that ball at all. It would have been a foul, but really stuffed King there. So, minute 19 to go. Hampden leading by 1 with the ball. Archer puts it down. Back out to Deans. Deans looking to get rid of the ball. Hands it off to Neal. Neal guarded by Townsend. Forced to pick up her dribble. Deans double-teamed on the perimeter, and that's unlucky. That's a foul. But not the worst player to foul, where it's Deans. Has had some struggles from the foul line so far tonight. And no matter what, it will remain a one-possession game, should she make them both. But should she miss the second, it is pivotal that Nokomis pulled down this board. Hampden stick with 2 players in the backcourt. The first one is good, so it is now a 2-point game with 58 seconds to go. Big free throw here from Deans. And she misses. Mayhew pulls down the rebound. Good rebound there by Mayhew. Archer challenging there. Here's Cameron King with it. Behind the back dribble. Nearly lost it. And she finishes. So once again, we are tied. It is 43-43. 40 seconds to go. We might be seeing overtime here again tonight. That's a tough foul if you're Cooney. So unlucky foul for Cooney. And that sends Neal to the line. 36 seconds on the clock.
Neal, I mean, after a big game like we talked about last night at Bangor, only 4 points so far tonight. Nokomis has really quieted her.
Yeah, all of that won't matter, though, if she can knock some free throws down here down the stretch. She misses the first. That is a huge miss, and now all the pressure is going to be on this second shot to put the Broncos back in front and to take her time with it. Interesting stance here. Kind of grabs the ball and then steps up to the line. And the free throw is missed. Long rebound pulled down by Townsend. 35 seconds to go. Nokomis will most likely hold for the final shot here. They should. And I don't know if they have a timeout, but it might be smart to kind of just bleed the clock and then take your timeout. Or maybe not, though, because the inbound could be an issue. 20 seconds to go. Nonetheless, looks like they're just going to take it here all in one possession. Ball in the hands of Cameron King. Who else? They clear it out. She's got the whole right side. Isolation. Shot by King. Oh, bounces off both parts of the rim and misses.
5 seconds to go. Hampden with the chance to win it now.
No,
and it's a foul.
Oh, my goodness.
That is so unlucky from the player that's done it all tonight. It was Cameron King who commits the foul. 2.1 seconds to go, but it's not over yet. Archer at the line needs to make one here to put the Broncos in front. So the first free throw here from Archer drops. And so Hampden take the lead.
Hampden takes the lead. Wow, it's a heartbreaking moment here for Nokomis fans. She'll make the second as well. It's going to be a timeout called by the Broncos. 45-43. 2.1 seconds. It's going to be tough for Nokomis to get anything off other than luck here. But we'll see if they can do it. I mean, wow. I'll tell you what, though. I don't think anybody saw this game being this close, this Nokomis team fighting this hard, and giving this great Hampden team such a run for their money tonight. And I'm excited to be watching the playoff games in the A-Pod when these two face each other. I think it's going to be an excellent showing, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it go either way. But we'll see. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Nokomis can draw something up here, but it's going to take a sheer luck. 2.1 seconds. So let's see what happens here. Quite the ending, although not the one that I think any of us expected. And so inbound here. Cooney with the inbound. Long throw down into the hands of King. Up by Mayhew. And it's no good. Final score 45-43. The Hampden Broncos edge past Nokomis to advance to be 10-2. Let's see if we can get a coach interview here with the winning coach. We'll run down your stats here in the meantime. For the winning Broncos, your leading scorer was Taylor Gardner. She had 15, all from beyond the arc tonight. And for Nokomis, leading scorer and really player of the game tonight was Cameron King, 22 points. I mean, an excellent showing. But let's bring it down to Ryan courtside here. And it seems we're having some
Preparation was as far as
volume issues here. Okay, maybe
before the game where
I think we got it now.
Rest coming in, overtime game last night.
So what we were really worried about was we played a high-energy, high-leverage game against Bangor last night. It was super intense, super physical, and we talked all day long about getting ready for this game, making sure we get off the bus ready to play. I think we spotted them 14 points or 10 early, and we really made it hard for ourselves in terms of fighting our way, getting back in the game. You've got to give credit to Cameron King. I mean, she was just a one-man wrecking crew, and we had everything we could do to try to keep her out of the paint, truly. She was getting where she wanted to get everywhere with the dribble. So, credit to them. They played a really good game plan. They had high energy. They were loud on the bench. They were talking on the floor. We have a young team, and so one of the things that comes with having a young team is that learning curve of how to play on back-to-back nights, how to bring that energy when there's really nobody in the gym. That's the hard part about this new COVID environment. We just don't have a way to instill energy other than ourselves, so we have to bring it every time we come to the gym.
Yeah, absolutely. And you mentioned Cameron King. You kind of switched from that zone defense to man defense with Loder on her. Talk to me a little bit more about how you were trying to...
The zone was desperation. The zone was totally desperation. We were trying to do something to mix it up a little bit, just to give them a different look. And then Cooney hits two long threes against it. I'm like, forget about it. Let's go back to our bread and butter. Our containment was the real problem with Cameron. Cameron just was able to turn the corner and get to the paint just about any time she wanted. So obviously we're going to go back to practice next week. We'll work about ball containment. But she did the same thing against us last year in the tournament. She had a really good tournament. I think she scored 27 or 28. So she's a pretty explosive offensive player for sure.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. We might be seeing you again soon.
You may.
But thank you for the interview and great game tonight.
Thank you. You guys do a great job. I really like watching your broadcast. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's all from us here tonight at Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting. We'll be back here on Thursday as the boys have the final home game of the year going up against Herman. We'll see you at 6:30 for the varsity game. It'll be me and Ryan's last game announcing as well, so we hope to see you there. And thank you for watching Nokomis Warrior Broadcasting.